Good evening. It's October 14th, 2022, and we're here at a very wet Fitzpatrick Stadium for tonight's exciting football action between the Gorham Rams and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Mike Hoffer from the Forecaster and the Press Herald joining us tonight, and a very special guest as well as John Roderick, coach and teacher extraordinaire in the Portland school system, and he'll join us in a moment. Mike, Gorham comes in tonight, I think, with only one win, but in the Press Herald today, it showed that you actually predicted Gorham, and I was wondering, is that really one of your kind of reverse psychology things when you pick the Patriots to lose and they end up winning?
No, that was totally a screw-up on my part, Steve. I think Portland's going to win and win handily, but I emailed the wrong team when I did it. So I did email Coach McLeod and Coach Rutherford after I realized that I had made that mistake, and I said, feel free to use that as motivation tonight.
That's terrific. Can you tell us a little bit about the Gorham team? I know you just saw them once, right?
Yeah, I saw them earlier this year at home against South Portland. You know, they're a team, they're competitive, they play hard, and really, I mean, they're battling for a playoff spot right now. They close at Deering next week. It's very possible that the winner of that game is going to make the playoffs and the loser is going to be out. So Gorham could make life a lot easier for themselves if they could somehow find a way to upset the Bulldogs tonight, but it's going to be an uphill climb, no question about it. Portland's just so many standout athletes, and really they should be considered heavy favorites in this one.
I have to ask, are you down on record, though, at the Press Herald as Gorham, or did you get to correct that?
No, it was too late to correct, so I'm on record, and I know I'm going to hear about it plenty, but that's all right. It comes with the territory.
Oh, that's terrific. John, first of all, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here tonight. We'll get into your coaching experience throughout the course of the game. It is wide and varied. Portland is 3-3. They're ranked number one, or at least tied number one in the Crabtree standings. What do you like what you see about this team?
Athletes. There's a lot of athletes all over the field, and even though they're a little nicked up, they have enough athletes where it just seems like they can plug and play, and they don't skip a beat. They had a really tough stretch at the beginning of the year where they played some really physical teams, and they made it out of there, and now after talking to some of the coaches, they feel like they can go on a run here and make a deep push into the playoffs.
Well, you make a very good point when you talk about athletes, and of course Kennedy Charles in the last game with over, I think, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns, passed for 2 two-point conversions as well. So it's an all-round, very rounded team.
Absolutely, and I like the way that what Portland can do is they can really move the ball on the ground or in the air. And of course, you have a wildcat quarterback like Kennedy Charles. He's very effective keeping the ball himself, but Regan Buck, Andrew Brewer, they can move the chains as well. And then Kennedy Charles was very effective last week going deep to Remy Jawani. So you've got the deep threat as well. And then just so hard-nosed on defense. I know Portland traditionally hangs their hat on how well they play defense, and they only gave up 8 points to a very good Marshwood team last week. Traditionally a very strong Marshwood team. So they got to be playing with a lot of confidence right now. It seems like they're really hitting their stride, and I think Portland has as good a shot as anyone at coming out of this region, regardless of what their record is.
So, folks, a very wet field. We'll see if that will affect either team tonight. And John and I will be back to bring you all of the action in a moment. We're trying to figure out, as we do each week, whatever it is, it says something about the Rams. As Portland crashes through, the cheerleaders hold it up, and we will have the kickoff in a moment. So as the players take the field, looks like Portland will be kicking off here. We'll see. And the kicker is number 25, Andrew Brewer, tonight. Got 2 deep for Gorham. It's a squib picked up at the 40 and just it'll stay right there. John, the last week, that was actually recovered really by Jack Carlonis. Last week, that is how Portland kicked off, and that's just the way it went. It was a squib every time, and of course, when you get a squib going on the field like this, anything can probably happen.
Yeah, it was a nice play by the receiving team there, because that ball on this turf can do anything. I've seen it a million times.
We had about 3 inches of rain today, and you can see in the lights that there is still a rain right now on the field. The quarterback is number 11, Isaac Young, and he's under center. It's going to fade back, and it looks like, well, he's going to keep it to the outside. He's forced out by 52 Gavin Bennett and 53 Henry Spencer. Gavin Bennett, John, has 2 of Portland's 5 sacks this year.
Yeah, they've been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Got to contain right there. Even though he only picked up 3 yards, you still got to contain that edge.
So a 2-yard gain.
Center for Lucas Graham.
Oh, nice block.
It was.
Yeah.
Kind of a tight twins there, Steve. Working back motion away and then just a give to the weak side there. Back towards the tight end, actually. Nice pickup.
Yeah, about a 10-yard pickup. I'm trying to see if that was who that is that got that. It's a little foggy. But it'll be 1st and 10. The ball's on the 46. And really, probably no gain. In fact, a loss on that of about a yard.
Yeah, you see him bring that other receiver back in. They had basically 3 backs in the backfield, almost a power eye look. Max protect. Kind of a one-man route there.
The center for Gorham is number 52, Lucas Graham. Just had a chance to talk to his father, Josh Graham, a well-known Portland High School lacrosse coach from years ago. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 47. Still in the gun. Now, that's completed to Gabe Michaud, and that's going to be about a 7-yard gain.
Yep, motion to trips right there, a little jailbreak screen they call that. Receiver, the split end comes back in underneath, the linemen go out. Well-executed play right there.
It'll be 3rd and 3. The ball's on the 39. Gorham threatening. We'll have Young in the shotgun once again. Well, we have a whistle. We'll see. Flag on the play. Looks like motion on this side, but
you see those 2 backs up really tight to the line of scrimmage, up to the offensive line. That looks like it's just going to be a quarterback keep every time right there. Nothing special with that one. Those pre-snap penalties will kill you.
Well, and 3rd and 8. Portland has been rather disciplined the couple of games that we've seen.
Is that motion to trips again, Steve?
Intercepted.
Picked off.
Andrew Brewer.
Nice play. You see him keep moving. You know, you got to keep moving. As that quarterback moves, your head's on a swivel. You keep moving. You're watching the quarterback. You know, a lot of guys go out there and they just kind of sit still. You know, I used to call it killing grass. Can't be killing grass when the quarterback's rolling out like that. It was a nice play.
Looked like about tough to say for sure, but about a 10-yard return or so, I think. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 48 as the Dogs take over their first offensive series of the night. Kennedy Charles in the shotgun.
Oh, nice block.
Yeah, and this was happening a lot last week. That's a nice tackle to save the touchdown by Gabe Michaud, but Regan Buck with a huge gain.
Yeah, that was 25. Is that Andrew Brewer? Wow. Came across on that jet, and I mean, he got a pancake on that defensive end right there. Easy to get the corner on that one. 2 great plays in a row by Brewer.
So that looks to be about a 14-yard gain by Buck. 1st and 10 on the 30. And nothing doing there. Nice penetration, John, as the Brewer is stopped.
Yeah, little trips action there, and I think they were just looking for either a trap or a give. I couldn't really tell if there was a guard trap there, but the penetration killed him.
Yeah, so there's a 1-yard loss. Oh, once again,
yeah.
Great penetration, 13 and 33, Bragdon and Selleck for Gorham.
Yeah, it looks like that's the 2 inside linebackers just going double A gap there. Looks like an old Mike Landry defense going on.
What is a double A gap?
So the double A gap means those backers are just going to get up there, and the A gap is between the center and the guard, and both backers just go. And usually you have the 2 defensive tackles head up on the guard. They'll go outside, and the 2 backers come up inside.
That was a 4-yard loss for Brewer, so it'll be 3rd and 15. Ball's on the 39 here. Well, nice effort by number 19, Hunter Temple.
Nice run up inside. Good block again by Brewer. He can either hook that guy or he can kick him out. In that instance, that guy made it so that he had to kick him out, and then Temple made a nice decision getting up inside.
And this is it's 4th and 8. So, but they're close enough so that they may go for it.
I think they are. Could try to draw him off sides here too, and then run a play.
Yeah.
Well played. Well played on defense.
Nice effort as Buck could not turn the corner.
Yeah, at some point in that position, you got to just plant your foot and go. You know, if you run to the sideline, there's no way you're going to get the first down. You got to know the situation and just plant your foot and head north-south eventually. But on 4th and 8, that's a tough get on 4th and 8.
Well, it was certainly the conservative approach, but they're deep in their territory, Gorham, and they'll take over on the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Great penetration by the Dogs in the first one there. Once again, 52 and 53, Bennett and Spencer.
Nice job there. Great penetration. Play looked like it took a long time to develop.
There's a loss on the play, a 2-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 12. Ball will be on the 23-yard line.
I mean, I'm sure Coach McLeod was thinking, defense, has been playing well. Let's go for it, pin them deep, get the ball back. Well, quads, 4 wide receivers.
And again, that's a sack for Bennett, his 3rd sack of the season.
Yeah, they're going to come back to that. I don't know if you saw the receiver at the top of the field. He was wide open. You run the outside receiver in, and then you run the the inside receiver on the outside. He was wide open. Double, we used to call that slant banana. Outside guy runs a slant, the outside guy runs the banana. You curve it up along the sideline.
3rd and 11. Ball on the 24.
4 receivers again.
Oh, goodness. Broken up. Intended for Gabe Michaud. So it'll be a punting situation here as it is 4th and 11.
Portland playing straight man there. You see no free safety in the middle of the field. Just straight man. 4 receivers, 2 safeties, 2 corners.
When would you consider going man? You knew it was a passing down.
We were a big zone team. I always was a big zone person, but if, I think the coach's mindset must be, I got the athletes, I can play it. But I don't know. I'd never catch me playing without a free safety.
Well, it's a nice booming kick.
That's a flag.
Was it a called fair catch?
I didn't see a fair catch signal, so I think that's interference with the opportunity to just make the catch, which I believe is a 10-yard penalty going the other way.
I'm looking for the flag. Oh, they're talking about it, right? So
it's on the ground. I saw him throw it.
Yeah. And there you go. This is number 77. Anthony LeBoy checks in for Portland.
Oh, wow, 15-yard penalty. Holy cow.
And that will put the ball on about the 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Charles in the shotgun. Looks to the right, and a wet ball pretty clearly.
There was that jailbreak again where that outside receiver slides up underneath, and the inside receiver goes out and blocks the corner. But again, you saw the double A-gap pressure. They are sending those linebackers. Sorry, Steve. You hit a quick trap or something like that, and those guys run by it, it's gone. As you can see as well, there's no free safety in the middle of the field.
We're going to talk with you a little bit about your experience. You know this game so well, John. You've been a coach for many, many years at many different levels. It's 2nd and 10 right now. The scoreboard says the ball's on the 24, but that's not what it is.
It's a nice play right there. I don't know who that was, if that was a linebacker or a D lineman. Little shuffle pass up inside with all the motion going away. Shuffle pass back up inside. Heck of a play.
So it'll be 3rd and 10. Ball's on the 43-yard line. Charles has one in motion. Goes up the middle. It's a little closer this time, but I dare say that Portland is likely to go for it.
I would say so after last decision. Although,
no, they're going to bring the punting unit on, I think, this time. Well, maybe not. They're just going to bring in a different unit, John.
No, I think this is the punt team.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That's what I thought. So Andrew Brewer will be back.
There's a little confusion. Nobody out here covering 24. Here we go. Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like there was some confusion.
Number 5 is Caden Smith, deep. And we're going to have a timeout here, I think.
Yeah, it looked like they had 12 men on the field, or maybe even 10. A lot of confusion. Looked like on both sides, but particularly for Gorham. And those timeouts right there that you saw Coach Morrison come out, he was Usually you have a coach on the sideline that's in charge of that, getting kids ready on 3rd and long, and so that it's a pretty seamless transition. It didn't look like it was. Portland basically changed the whole team, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually someone's there with all the, hey, here we go.
So they burn a timeout that they may not have wanted to with 5:15 left here in the first quarter. Brewer will punt. He muffs it, but he does get it off, and it's a nice kick. Takes a Portland bounce inside the 5. What you want to do with special teams, John.
You do. And, defensively, like I said, your defense is, for the most part this year, has been playing pretty well as of late, especially. And you want to just play that field position battle and, until you gain the momentum. I think, Portland is just trying to find itself right now. We've had a couple big plays and, I think they're just trying to find themselves, and nothing better than to pin them deep and maybe get a turnover here.
The ball is probably listed on the 5. It's inside the 5 at the 4.5-yard line.
This is the 7th game, Steve. I believe they've got 12 turnovers. And, I think 7 or 8 interceptions. So a nice pick 6 would be nice here.
They're capable. We know.
Great idea. That's an old Bill Belichick move right there, right? If you long count inside your 5-yard line. It's a risk reward. If you get it, you get 5 yards. If you don't, it's half the distance.
It doesn't matter, right? And the way I was looking at it, isolated with my binoculars, it looked like an offside. So,
well, the wing moved. The wing on the left side for offense moved. Yep, they had the right idea. It's a good call by Sam.
Sam Morrison is the second-year head coach for Gorham. Not much happening as the hole was plugged pretty quickly by Regan Buck and company.
Just trying to get some room.
Ball carrier number 33, Cody Suss.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 5.
Second down and 10.
In the end zone. Well, some trickery gets it out. That was a nifty play.
It really was. You're not going to see me call that play down in my own end zone.
That took some guts.
It did. Worked out, though.
The completion was to Aiden Lee.
Well thrown ball, too.
And out to the 22. So it was a 17-yard pass. Portland's been able to plug up that run pretty well. It looked like it was Cody Selleck.
Yep, motion to trips. All the action's going one way. Run the ball back the other way. That backside linebacker has to stay at home.
Cody Selleck, number 33, well done. Ball out to the 25.
Second and 8, the ball on the 25-yard line. I think that's going to be ruled incomplete.
Looked like his arm was going forward there.
So 3rd and 8 now.
We'll see if Portland comes with some pressure here.
At the 25-yard line, it's cleared down at 18.
Handoff.
Quarterback kept it that time. Little quarterback counter.
Fooled me, but
okay.
didn't fool anybody in the field.
And on 3rd and 8, that's okay.
So it'll be 4th and 8 now.
Oh, looks like they're going for it here.
Well,
from their own 29. This has to be a long count, Steve. No ears. Has to be a long count. It was.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
He's got a punt now, yeah. I mean, you got to know you're down in distance from your own 29. It had to be a long count. There's no way you can go for it there and live with yourself if you don't get it.
Especially in a 0-0 game with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Gorham's hanging in there pretty tough. You know, they're out there competing. You got to give them some credit.
Oh my goodness. John, what would you have preferred to see that ball just go?
That's a tough one for a punt returner, because if that ball kept going, it could have wound up down at the 20-yard line. So he made the decision to try to field it. I can't blame him either way.
It turned out to be the right decision that time.
Yeah, that you're really, as a punt returner in that situation, you're in no man's land. He probably saved 15, 20 yards worth of field position right there.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Charles in the shotgun. About a 5-yard gain for Brewer.
It's a good. Look at that block downfield. You got 52, 70. You know, when you got the defensive lineman 12 yards downfield, that's a heck of a block.
That was Gavin Bennett and Isaac Alkafaji.
Yeah, that's an old Mike Landry Biddeford look right there on defense. You can see they are playing with a free safety, number 6. And you watch him, he'll line up about 12 yards over the tight end.
Second and 5. Ball in the 48.
Actually, it's number 10.
Getting outside. Runs into his own man, Buck, with a great gain.
Great decision, too, to dip it back outside. I don't know if you saw that outside linebacker, Steve. All you got to do is peek in those inside for 1 second, and a good back will make you pay for it, which he did.
About a 23-yard gain, I think, for Regan Buck. Tonight, our cameraman is Valentino Cartonio, as he was last week, along with Christopher Gillies, who helped. Tonight, Mr. Gillies is on stats for us. Very appreciative of that. Appreciative of Coach McLeod sending these great young men up here. 2 junior players who are injured, unfortunately. Nice carry by Regan Buck. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. That looked to be about a 7-yard gain. The score is 0-0. So we're back with second quarter action here with the score 0-0. It's 2nd and 4, so it's a 6-yard gain from before. Ball is on the 23-yard line. Here's Kennedy Charles, lines up with one in motion. And a nice effort by Andrew Brewer.
He worked for those yards.
Yeah, he did, and it was about a 3-yard gain, not enough for the first down.
Here we go with short yardage again. Neither team has been able to sit still on these long counts.
It's going to be 3rd and 2, so we'll get credit for a 2-yard gain, but ball's on the 21.
Ball at the 22-yard line.
Charles, a nice hole opens up, and Regan Buck steps through it, gets the first down, a little more.
Yeah, it looks like the defensive end over there, the outside linebacker, has decided to, this series at least, to play contain, and you can see the running back cutting it up inside there. Tougher yards, but still positive yards.
It was a 3-yard gain, so it's 1st and 10. The ball's on the 18 now.
1st and 10. Ball is at the 18.
One wide left. Going deep. Oh, my goodness. And we have a flag.
Oh.
Tough one, because it looked from that angle as though the defender was going for ball.
Yeah, that's a hard one right there. As a coach, I'd be upset because the kid played pretty good man coverage. And there was contact, but you know what? There's always contact. Both people have the right to go for the football. I'm wondering if I had to see that again if he never turned his head, which in the NFL is not a penalty, but I believe in high school it might be. That's one of those ones, if you're on offense right now, your coach, you're like, great call, and if you're on defense, you're like, let him play.
Right. So in high school football, the ball does not go at the spot of the foul. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9. Oh, once again is Buck.
Someone had a hold of a jersey in there. You could see it. But yeah, it looks like they're going to force him to earn his yards up inside instead of getting those big runs outside.
About a 3-yard gain here. It's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 6. And up the middle goes Brewer, down to about the 1-yard line. A 5-yard gain for Brewer.
Good tough run right there. Good tough run. Keep those legs driving. Lower your shoulder. Get it in there.
The ball is on the 1. Brewer up the middle, and he is going to score. A 1-yard touchdown run for Andrew Brewer. And Portland has been going for 2-point conversions this year. Repeatedly. We'll see what happens here. It looks like it's going to be lined up so that they will go for 2 once again here from the 3.
Heck of a run right there. You see the great angle we had of him just with his shoulders flat, just getting in there.
Hunter Temple will check in. Had a nice gain before. He'll line up wide right. Well, we'll see what. Oh, very nice effort there. It's fumbled into end zone, and we're going to say. They're going to say no good.
Fumbled into the end zone. It's no good.
So 6-0 is the score with 9:08 left here in the first half. Brewer missed everything tonight. Kicking off now. We'll expect a squib.
Yeah, where are you?
About a 6-yard return by Gabe Michaud. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line.
At the 38, 1st and 10.
So it hasn't really stopped raining. It was supposed to stop around 6 p.m., John, and if this had been snow, we'd have had about a 2.5-foot snowfall, I think.
Yeah. That turf holds up pretty well, though.
It really does. I mean, there's been about 3 inches of rain today here in Portland, Maine. And that must be the cut that you were talking about. Yeah. As Caden Smith with a really nice gain.
Well, you saw the defensive end right there. I believe it was number 85. It was a nice block on him. He kind of got pushed back a little bit and lose that edge. On those jet sweeps, that defensive end has really got to set that edge and force it back up inside. Yeah, it'll be positive yardage, but I'd rather give up 6 than give up 26.
That looked to be about a 21-yard gain for Smith. Always like it when I'm right, when I hear Peter Gribben, the legend, back it up. Good pressure, but a nice effort there to get the ball off by Isaac Young.
Yeah. I don't know what the intent was there. I don't know if that was a little screen or whatever, but he had pressure in his face right off the bat, and it made it really difficult for him to get it to number 11. I'd be happy with no gain.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what it is. Ball's on the 41. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Go. First and 10, ball at the 41.
High snap.
Nice, just a play action. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful catch by Luke Lovely. And that was lovely.
So again, straight man coverage. Obviously there was a blown coverage there. Somebody missed their assignment. And again, Steve, why I don't play without a free safety. Someone's got to be back there.
It's a 26-yard gain, passing play for Young. And now it's 1st and 10 on the 19. Gorham threatens. Deep in the end zone. Touchdown, Gorham.
There's that wheel route. Banana, whatever you want to call it. Some people used to call it banana or wheel. It's tough on man coverage right there.
I think that was caught by Caden Smith, but it was a 19-yard touchdown. 2 really, really great plays for Gorham.
You know, that was an unbelievably well-thrown ball by Isaac Young right there. Threw it right to the pylon. The only person that was going to catch that was the receiver. Well placed.
And now Young is going to hold for Gabe Michaud, who's going to kick. And that's good. And the score is 7-6. The Gorham Rams take the lead with 7:24 left in the first half. So, John, we get ready for the kickoff here. You've coached for many, many years at all levels in Portland and elsewhere.
Yep. Started out at Deering way back in the early 90s. Right out of college, I played high school football at Deering, but Coach Bill Leroy, who I played for my senior year, let me coach the freshmen. I had no idea what I was doing. Kind of learn on the run. But I had some great kids that I still love when I see them today. I forged some great relationships with those guys.
We'll continue with your football odyssey after the kickoff here. Oh, nice kick. We're taking it about the 12. We have a flag on the play as Hunter Temple was the receiver.
Sure, a block in the back or a hold. I'll set Portland back.
Something not good. So you were, you said, of course, you're at Deering and actually got a chance to play for Bill Leroy, who's a dear friend of ours, and that must have been a good experience.
One of the best. He is one of the best. Still someone who I would consider a second dad. He's somebody who all of us from my class and even after that, I mean, we all love him dearly. I don't think you'd find a better human on the planet than Bill.
Went on to become the AD, was over at Chevrolet, was at Portland High as well, was even the girls track coach at Portland High. He's done it all.
Yeah, anybody who's had the opportunity to work for or with Bill, I don't think anyone would have anything bad to say. Salt of the earth. What you see is what you get.
You also, though, coached at other places as well.
Yeah, I got the opportunity in the late 90s, actually, to come over here to Portland, which struck a few chords because I had been at Deering for so long. It was a really hard thing to do, actually.
1st and 10 from the 17. Charles will keep it. And that was nice penetration and effort there by Thomas Curtis, the junior linebacker.
Nice tackle. That could have been a big play. You got to pick up your feet.
So was Mike Bailey the coach then?
Mike Bailey was the head coach. Had the opportunity, came over here, same thing again. I coached freshmen for a year, then had the opportunity to move up. And we had quite a run there in the late 90s and early 2000s. We were able to pull one state championship out of that, played in another, coached in another, and lost that one by 1 touchdown.
2nd and 8. And a nice run. 1st down and much, much more on the right side. Cutting the other way. Regan Buck.
It's a nice run. Got the corner with ease and,
Looked to be about a 42-yard run.
Thought he was gone there, Steve. That's one of those ones in the film room tomorrow. People will be busting his chops.
Well, it looks like he had one to beat. 1st and 10, though. Ball on the 40. Portland well situated here with 6 minutes left in the first half. Another big hole. Brewer on the right side.
Weaving through there. You see, again, the double A-gap pressure, but in that situation, both linebackers overran the play. They ran by it, and then there's nobody in the middle of the field. Once he gets into that second level, now we can start weaving around.
We'll see, that looked to be about a 26-yard gain.
Ball 1st and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line.
About a 23-yard gain. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 17. Temple cuts. Nice one-on-one tackle there by Gabe Michaud.
Looked like they double-teamed the contain man right there. Again, easy edge.
Gain 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Ball on the 12. Portland moving quickly here, John, after that score against them.
Chunking it up right now.
Brewer up the middle.
Get in.
In for the touchdown.
Yeah, pretty
12-yard touchdown run.
Pretty easy drive there, Steve. I mean, chunks of yardage.
Brewer, 12-yard run for the touchdown.
Let me just ask, does the coach say something on the sideline to motivate the players into that sort of a situation, or they just are already prepared for it and he calls the play and they know it's going to be, they're trying for big yardage?
Yeah, I mean, the play comes in. I mean, we're always trying to get as much as we can, but, I mean, it's a long game. It's play-by-play. It's not like they needed a score there, but, they answered that score, which is, I'm sure, what Jason told them. We got to answer.
They did, yeah, and they certainly played as though they were motivated. It looks like it's going to be a timeout. Didn't see the indication, but it is a timeout, of course.
I guess it's on defense.
Yeah, so just under 5 minutes left here in the first half, and the score, Portland Bulldogs 12, Gorham Rams 7. So Portland will go for 2, as they've done. Should make it a 7-point lead here if they can do it. Charles pitches, and 2 points for Regan Buck on the conversion.
Little shuffle pass there again. All the action's going one way. Come back the other way. Little shuffle pass. It's actually a forward pass.
There you go. Forward pass, and that is the third 2-point conversion pass in the last 2 games for Kennedy Charles.
So I'm going to say that's a play we've seen before on a 2-point conversion on the goal line.
I think so.
Yeah, usually you'd have that pretty tendency up by the other team. You'd have that and be expecting that if it's something that they've hit a few times. Move my kickoff. Are we on? I think I'd move my kickoff return team up here, Steve.
Just a bit, right?
Yeah, they're moving up now. But again, I would hope that they'd have that on film.
Skids down to about the 25-yard line. It's picked up. Brought all the way down to the Portland 47-yard line.
Yeah, that's the negative about those squib kicks. If that ball got to that kid really quickly, and you could see that the kickoff team hadn't even made it 5 yards downfield. But again, I would have my team up. They obviously don't kick extra points, and they've been squibbing it. So.
So a little bit of time. Nice defensive effort by who else but Regan Buck.
Drifted back. They tried that same play with the wheel or the banana route up the sideline. And nice play back there. Staying home, watching the quarterback, knowing what's happening in front of you. Don't let that receiver behind you.
2nd and 10, ball on the 48.
Ball's on the ground.
The fumble.
Quarterback counter there. I didn't see a hole, so someone got their hand in there.
About a 1 yard loss as well. So the ball's on the 49, 3rd and 11. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first half. 14-7 is the score. The Bulldogs in front. Pressure just thrown away as Bennett was really bearing down on him.
Smart decision to get rid of the ball there. Save yourself some yardage. I believe that's a new rule, Steve, that he can, once he escapes the pocket like that, there's no intentional grounding. Safety rule that's been put into place this year, much like the NFL.
4th and 11, punting situation. Back deep for Portland is Remy Jowani. We haven't called his name a lot tonight. It's going to sneak out of bounds at the 31-yard line where the Dogs will take over 1st and 10. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first half. 14-7 is the score. The Rams playing a pretty good game here.
They've come, you got to give them a ton of credit. They're competing out there. They are really competing. I think 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Plenty of time. 2 timeouts left. Let's see what Coach J-Mac decides to do here.
Yeah. Well, number 28 was first in, Jack Carlonis again, a sophomore.
Nice play.
Defensive back. Call that a blitz?
Yeah, maybe. They might be playing man coverage if you key, I don't know if that was a blitz so much as I think he's just in man coverage and
yep.
Your guy doesn't release or he gets the ball, you come flying.
So you come, I see.
It's really an easy read. So someone is responsible for that running back next to Kennedy.
Charles goes deep.
Yeah.
On a flag. That was meant for Hunter Temple.
Yeah, see, I think looking at that one, I believe that one was worse than the one that was down the end zone. But again, it's still only a 10-yard penalty. You don't see a lot of teams playing zone anymore, and it's just.
Does it boggle your mind a little?
It doesn't boggle my mind, Steve, but you're putting your guys on an island out there, and you're going to get plays like that. I guess the risk reward. If it is pass interference, it's not like it's a spot foul; it's a 10-yard penalty. But I sure would have liked that better if there was a free safety over the top.
1st and 10 from the 45. Charles throws to Remy Jowani on the right side. Nifty gain. He's going to get credit for about 8 yards.
Pass complete, Remy Jowani.
Is that jailbreak again? Nice play.
In fact, 9, I think. It'll be 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1.
We haven't called his name a lot tonight, but he's another one of those really great athletes that you spoke of.
Yeah, they're all over the field. You just got to give them opportunities. Those one-on-one situations.
1st down and more. Look at Brewer go. Down to the 25.
Stops the clock.
23-yard gain as the chains will move. 2:11 left. Now the clock is running.
Yeah, as soon as the umpire sets the ball, the referee will start the clock. The 1st down stops it temporarily. We
know there's no 2-minute warning in high school football, so we've got 1:55 left here. First and 10, ball on the 26. Portland threatens. Oh, and
Nice
that
play.
is a great play. Great penetration by Cody Selleck.
It's a good finish on that tackle as well.
Loss of 3 in the play. Ball down to the 29.
3-yard loss, so it'll be second and 13.
I don't get that timeout, Sammy. Minute 33, and the clock is running, and you got second and long. I think I would have let that clock just keep ticking.
That could work in Portland's favor.
Plenty of time here for Portland. Don't have to throw the ball here. They've been having some really good success running the football.
So with a minute and a half left here in the first half, the ball on the 29, second and 13. It's just kind of an interesting way to play. I mean, with no kicking game to speak of, you know that you're not going to walk in and try to look for 3 points, especially not from so far out. But it is second and 13. Charles has the ball. He'll roll left. He's going to keep it. He sees, oh my goodness.
And he gets out of bounds.
And he gets about a 9-yard gain out of it as well, or actually more than 9 yards. Like more of a 12-yard gain, I think. Oh, actually, he moves the chains. If I'm seeing this correctly, I'm not sure.
Third down.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, again, athletes, Steve, athletes. Right? That should have been about a 12-yard loss. He turns it into a gain.
Yeah, amazing. And still a minute 20 left here.
Third down and 2.
It's a first down.
So about a 3-yard gain there. Ball is first and 10 on the 18 with a minute 4 left here in the first half.
First and 10.
One team or the other is going to have momentum going into halftime. Charles in the corner. Touchdown, Portland!
Great pass, great catch.
A 15-yard touchdown pass to Regan Buck in the corner. And that is how you're going to want to go into the locker room. We'll see if they can convert the 2-pointer, but it's 20-7 now.
The coverage wasn't bad either there. It wasn't like he was wide open. He went up and got it.
15-yard pass for touchdown to Regan Buck.
Temple on the right side. He's going to get the 2. So it's 22-7. 41 seconds left here in the first half. John, pretty exciting end to the first half here for the Dogs.
Yeah, you love to score at the end of the first half, and then you come out and you get the ball again. I believe Portland will get the ball coming out in the third quarter. So you put another one in and you can really, put Gorham in a tough situation. But you always love to get that score right before halftime. Easily got the corner and just run to the pylon. Easy 2-point conversion.
And likewise, had Gorham held, they would have had some momentum going into the locker room as well. So
no doubt.
It's a big thing.
I'm surprised that Gorham took the ball first. A lot of teams, like to defer. But now, like I said, scoring right before halftime and then coming out and getting the ball again. You really do have the momentum. Shout out to my boy Jimmy Temple, too. That's his son, Hunter, right there.
That's terrific. Brewer to kick. Line drive. Picked up at the 22.
Nice tackle.
Yeah, and Brewer with the tackle.
He's all over the field, Steve.
Does it all. My goodness.
He really is all over the field. See, now, 35 seconds, you wonder what would have happened if he had just let the clock run instead of taking that time out with a minute and a half left.
Brewers that was coming into the game third on the team in rushing with 286 yards. Kennedy was first with almost 600 yards so far this year.
You got to be careful here too, Steve. This is prime for, pick 6 right here. You got to really be careful. I'm sure the defense is fired up. Wonder if he's just going to take a knee. He is under center. Looks like he's just going to take a knee.
Well, he's going to hand it off.
Hand it off. Still pretty conservative play call. Yeah.
It takes about 6 dogs to bring him down.
Well, now the situation changes.
That was Cody Selleck, I think.
And he just burned his last time out. Yeah, I don't know. Situationally there, first down, you got one timeout left. You just burned it now with 25 seconds. You got to have a play in there. You got to have 2 plays. If you are going to go for it, if he does break one, you got to be ready to run up to the line of scrimmage. First down, you spike it. You save that timeout until you really need it. Situational football. Because you have time to run up to the line of scrimmage because the clock stops on a first down. You spike it, you save the timeout. And this kid has a good enough arm where he can throw it down there.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
You better get up there and spike it.
That was quite a pass. He's in the gun. He's got another play running here. There's 15 seconds left.
Better get it into the end zone. It's got to be in the end zone or the sideline.
I don't even know that the receiver was looking for that ball, John.
Situational, you got to know what you're doing right there. Right now, you either got to get out of bounds or it's in the end zone because there's no way you're going to be able to get up there and run a second play.
So, interestingly, though, Gorham has certainly made this an interesting end of the first half here.
You got to give them credit, Steve. They are competing. I've seen some nice tackles, some nice plays.
10.5 seconds left here.
Again, you got to know what you're doing with the football. And if you're Portland, you got to be back. Nothing gets behind you. Nothing. Keep everything in front of you. Got hit right at the end. Nice play.
They're going to have one more effort to get it in the end zone here. They've got 3.9 seconds left.
Henry Spencer hit him right as he released. Yeah, right now your DBs, their heels are on the goal line. Keep everything in front of you.
Ball's on the 30. You know that Young is going to be going for it all here. He's going to only get one shot. And with time expiring, Luke Lovely cannot get the ball in.
Don't get that one.
So at the end of the first half, the score is the Portland Bulldogs 22, the Gorham Rams 7. Joined by Mike Hoffer here at the half, 22-7. Gorham surprised.
Yeah, Gorham certainly has hung in very nicely. A scoreless first quarter. They actually drive down to match Portland's first touchdown and take a short-lived lead. But I think Portland just needed a little while to wake up on offense. They've really started to click on all cylinders. And, it's interesting. Kennedy Charles not really running the ball much tonight, but a couple of nice throws and a couple throws to draw pass interference penalties. And that's really been one of the differences is Gorham has been flagged 6 times to Portland's 1. But Andrew Brewer running the ball well. I've got him for 66 yards and 2 scores on 11 carries. And, of course, Regan Buck's really doing the lion's share of the work. 9 carries, 101 yards, and he's caught 2 passes for 15, including the touchdown. So Portland may be getting a little more of a game than they expected, but they certainly rose to the challenge once Gorham did kind of punch them in the mouth and take that early lead.
And, John, the defense for Portland has been something that's been pretty good tonight as well. You've really just an all-around great first half.
Yeah, and I really think that they decided to run the ball. I think that's what you're going to see in the second half. So you have pretty much, around 170 yards rushing in the first half, and you have a 15-point lead. You get the ball coming out in the second half. That score right before halftime, so huge for momentum. And now they're going to come out in the second half, get the ball right off the bat, and I wouldn't be surprised if you still continue to see a good dose of, Buck. And he's just been unbelievable. He's a great running back. And Brewer. And their kids all over the field. So they got a nice 1-2 punch there.
Folks, it's 22-7, and we'll bring you second half action momentarily. So here we are with second half action. Steve Schwartz and John Roderick for WPPS TV 3 Sports. The Portland Bulldogs start the second half by getting the ball. They're up 22-7. Oh, that's muffed there at about the 7. And look at that recovery!
He's gone.
He's going to go all the way. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hunter Temple with about a 93-yard return.
Heck of a run right there.
What a recovery, John.
Absolutely. And then as soon as you pick the ball up, your head goes up. And a lot of times right there, Steve, the coverage can sort of outrun itself. All you got to do is make 1 or 2 cuts, and there's nobody there. Heck of a play. Now talk about some momentum.
28-7, not a flag on the play. That was absolutely amazing.
He's going to have to take a timeout here. Or take the penalty.
Yeah, he chose to take the penalty. Or no, he got the timeout off on time.
Nope. Nah, I think they're going to take the penalty.
I will admit I'm befuddled here.
Personnel issues right there. Offense has to go back on the field. But they would have had to anyway, so I would have figured that the offense would be ready there.
So it's a different situation here with the ball on about the 7-yard line, the 8-yard line. Dogs have been here before, however. Charles back to throw in the corner of the end zone. Oh my gosh, inside the pylon.
Got it. Great play. Nice ball, nice catch.
Yeah, Remy Jowani went up there and got that.
He did go up and get it. I'll tell you what, both quarterbacks tonight have thrown some really nice balls to that back pylon, where really only their receiver can catch the ball. Well, we talked about momentum before the halftime, Steve. I think you see Portland has really taken hold.
30-7 is the score. My goodness. We've learned that there needs to be a 35-point lead before there can be running time, though, John, because last week for the longest time, Portland was hanging around with about a 30, or the Hawks were hanging around with about a 30-point deficit, and it did not, have a running clock. Here's Brewer now to kick off from the 40. Well, that was good hands to field that ball.
And Gorham keeps getting good field position.
Yeah, that's Cody Selleck.
That kicking team, I think, was offsides by about 4 yards. I don't really see a flag.
Let me tell you, it's great to see. We had a chance to visit with Coach Josh Graham, who's now an official along with Eric Begonia, lacrosse officials, doing playoff games, and of course a great team. And they've done games together. But Lucas Graham, the freshman, number 52, is the center for Gorham. He came out and he started.
Impressive for a ninth grader to start at center. Yep. And I haven't seen any bad snaps.
Momentum may have given a couple of yards.
I didn't think there'd be an Eric Begonia reference tonight, but I'll shout out Eric. Worked with him at Lyman Moore. Great guy, great man.
Yes. Multi-state champion lacrosse coach for Portland High School as well. And actually, Coach Graham is joined by Brett O'Kelly, our friend of many years. And great soccer player and lacrosse player for the Portland High School Bulldogs years ago. 2nd and 8 from the 41. Improvising and looking for an open player, but it's going to be out of bounds there, Isaac Young.
Yeah, it looks like they've made a switch on defense. I believe that was zone right there, Steve, or man under with a safety over the top. It looks like they're keeping Regan Buck back there against those, multi-receiver sets. That was trips right there. And you watch number 6. He'll be 12, 13 yards off the ball that side.
Third and 8. Ball on the 41.
No, still man. No safety.
And we have a timeout. Looks like Gorham.
Looked like 4 receivers, so you're only going to really get 2 routes out of that. You're going to get the the slant wheel, or you're going to get 4 verticals. And you throw to the one who's open. I look down on the Portland sideline, the experience they have on the coaching staff. You see guys like Skip Capone, an amazing coach. Coaching guys up there, J Mac, Rudy. It's great to see that those guys are still doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Coughed it up.
Yeah, a great recovery and run.
On the ball for Portland is number 27,
27, Steve?
That's right. 27 is Braden Wales. That was huge.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. He looked like he might have been down, but they ruled him not down, and the ball came loose. A nice recovery, scoop, and try to score.
17 heavy movement in for Bulldogs.
Ball's on the 28, 1st and 10. Charles in the gun. Nice cut. That's going to be a touchdown.
Didn't get touched.
Regan Buck, 28-yard run for the score.
Didn't even get touched.
36-7, and now Portland is coming on strong. Dave Levine is in Minnesota tonight watching his son Ben play football for the Carleton College
Nice.
football team.
Love Minnesota.
They are the number 1 offensive ranked team in the nation
Excellent.
at any level.
Outstanding. Yeah. Everyone who's out there listening to me right now knows I'm a big Vikings fan, so.
Oh, there you go. Brewer's in.
He's
He
in.
converts. So it's 38-7 with 10:24 left here in the third quarter. And we'll be back. So Brewer to kick off. Gets a little air under it. It's picked up at about the 17. About a 13-yard return.
You know, Gorham's had good field position most of the night. It seems like they'll get a little play here or there, but then they'll shoot themselves in the foot with a fumble or a penalty, or they have been able to move the ball a little bit.
Well, they've got it right now on their own 33. And quarterback keeper, and he's got some daylight, and he is fast down the sidelines and brought down finally by, let's see, number 9, Aiden Mcgowan.
I'll tell you, that Isaac Young, number 11, he has impressed me, Steve. He's a junior, so, I mean, if you're a Gorham fan, looking at him as a senior, he's impressed tonight.
Looks like about almost a 40-yard run.
Rudy not happy about that. He's giving him the business down there.
Of course, that's erstwhile coach Mike Rutherford.
Same play we saw earlier. Throwback to the quarterback this time, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah, look at that. Well, nice effort there. Caden Smith with the 27-yard completion to Isaac Young.
Heck of a play right there, I'll tell you what. And the killer with that one is if you're playing man coverage, Steve, nobody's covering the quarterback.
The play that Tom Brady might have made in a Super Bowl a couple of years ago if he had done it correctly. And then Nick Foles did do it. So Gorham looks to convert, and we'll see if they got snuck in. They did not. A nice defensive effort on the other side of the field.
Yeah, great play to hold him out. Looks like number 19 over there.
Hunter Temple.
Hunter.
Called his name quite a bit tonight.
Yeah.
So 38-13. I mean, the only thing they're doing is holding up running time here for those of us who want to get out. However, that's not really the right way to look at it, because Gorham's really, again, they've been in it tonight. they weren't expected to do as well as they have. They had their first win last week against Noble.
Yeah, I mean, there's a drive right there. You just went down, 38-7, and, you just could have tucked it in right there. But, got to give them credit. They drove the ball down, a couple nice plays. And, again, number 11, Isaac Young, has been nothing but impressive.
And that play calling has been very, very interesting, too.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play and well-executed play. Got to give them credit.
There's a nice boot, caught at about the 11. Hunter Temple, and he will bring it out to about the 27, 28-yard line.
Well, let's see what J-Mac's going to do. I'm going to guess some ground and pound here. Eat up some time. But you never know.
Looks like Louis Thurston is going to come in at quarterback now.
First and 10, Bulldogs at the 29-yard line.
And he'll hand off to Buck. A nice effort. He get about 7 yards on that.
I like the way he runs, Steve. His legs just always churning. Hard to bring down, but he's down now.
Yeah, so he's getting up gingerly, and with 9:30 left here in the third quarter, and the score 38-13, we'll take a break. So it'll be 2nd and 8 as Buck is going to get tended to on the sidelines. He went off under his own power. It's kind of, they're looking at his right leg.
Did walk off under his own power, which is always a good sign.
Thurston in the middle. He was looking for Remy Jowani.
Too much pressure in his face right there. He couldn't really step into that. Still a good ball, but if he could have just stepped into that, he might have been able to put it in there. Hit pressure right in his face, so he hung in there.
So here we go. Thurston in the shotgun. Brewer bounces off a one, gets the first down.
Had him in the backfield, but didn't quite wrap him up. Looked like number 61 for Gorham had him in the backfield.
Looks to be about a 9-yard gain. It's going to be 1st and 10. The ball is on the Dogs' 42. Dogs on the march once again. 38-13, 8:30 left here in the third quarter. Here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, where it has stopped raining. Brewer. First down and more.
Gotta like that, Steve. Could have easily stepped out of bounds, but decided to lower his shoulder and try to squeeze out another yard or two. I like that.
13-yard run. 1st and 10, ball on the 46 now of the Rams. Speaking of the Rams, another Ram team we heard was defeated tonight. Our crosstown rival and partner, Deering High School, was defeated by Noble tonight.
That's the word I got from Hoffer, but hey, Hoffer also picked Gorham tonight, so
who knows? Chances are he does know.
So you got to get on that.
Yeah.
They called it incomplete pretty quickly. Of course, the two Rams, they'll meet next week. See what happens there.
Yeah, and not only that, but Portland will head over to South Portland to play the Battle of the Bridge. One tradition that has not died, despite the restructuring. That's Hunter Temple. He's got about a 6-yard gain there. The Battle of the Bridge and the Turkey game, I think, the Thanksgiving game, are the two games that are a tremendous tradition.
Yep. Coached in a lot of them, played in several. You got to hold on to some things, honestly. The way this world is.
No, you need tradition.
You really do.
Third and 4, ball's on the 40. Brewer with the ball. He'll get the first down and much more here. Takes a couple of the Rams to bring him down out of bounds.
Yeah, I think you start to see some fatigue set in on the defense, the Gorham defense. A lot of hands on hips. Kids sort of kneeling over. And you see that, they had him in the backfield again and just couldn't wrap it up. So he's bouncing off a lot of tackles right now.
That's a 16-yard gain. First and 10, the ball's on the 24-yard line. Thurston comes in with a play. Brewer. And that was a great play. In on it first is Cordell Jones, the freshman defensive back.
Cordell's brother was a star at Thornton Academy last year.
Is that Peyton?
I'm not sure first name, but I know his brother was a player at Thornton Academy and a very good one.
Wow.
Yep.
He spent years covering Peyton Jones, both football and basketball.
That's probably him.
Second and 11. There was a 1-yard loss. Thurston back to throw in the end zone. Remy Jowani, touchdown! 25-yard pass by Louis Thornton and Thurston. And, one goes out, another comes in, and like clockwork, another score.
I mean, a perfectly thrown ball. He threw it right to him, right in stride. He never had to break stride. But, again, Steve, I go back to that. Just nobody in the middle of the field. As soon as you get by him, it's a touchdown if the ball's there. And Louis put that one right on the numbers and hit him in stride.
Portland will, of course, try for the 2-point conversion. It's 44-13 with 6:25 left here in the third quarter. It's been going a little slow here, actually, in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's just kind of been going back and forth a little bit, but that was a nice play. We've seen two great balls here in the third quarter.
We really have. Thurston in the gun. He takes it, and he's going to look to the right. And incomplete, as he had his sights set on Harry Rubin.
Yeah, I think he saw that linebacker coming out underneath that, so he had to throw it just a tiny bit behind him, hoping the receiver could make that play, but noticing that linebacker come sliding out. That's a good pickup.
Now we scored 24-13 on a touchdown pass to Gorham, 25-yard drive.
It's one where you either got to throw it behind him or you got to wait another second and let that linebacker clear. But sometimes that can cost you your life.
Pulling with a 31-point lead right now, 44-13. 6:25 left here in the third quarter, and they'll get set to kick off. But worked, of course, at South Portland High too, right? And you were the head coach for a year at Lyman Moore, and you won a city championship, I believe.
We did. Our 8th grade team won the last, I believe, city championship between middle schools, which was that was several years back, and then.
Well, that was a nifty run back by Cody Selleck.
And there's just no quit in this Gorham team. We got to give Sam credit. He's got him playing hard. Hey, yeah, speaking of South Portland, Sammy was over there with me at South Portland for a few years, and, we gave it a run over there. And, after about 25 years of doing this and summer sessions and waking up early on Sunday mornings and scouting trips, I just kind of had it. But it's always good to come back and see games and see the kids. And
look, you're a legendary teacher as well, and I know my kids had the opportunity to, I think, work with you on a project, a constitutional project.
I remember that.
Went all the way up to the legislature. I think that was C.J. Whitehead, but let's see. I'm not sure if it was 15. No, it might have been Patrick Downey.
See, this is where, as a coach, you're kind of in no man's land because you got a 31-point lead. And you really want to maybe get some of those younger guys in, but it's kind of like who puts their second team in first. You certainly don't want your sophomores and freshmen playing against juniors and seniors, so you got to kind of figure that out. And you don't want to lose someone with an injury. Knock on wood. I mean,
well, points well taken. It's 2nd and 6, ball in the 42. Brought down to about the 40. So
Rudy not happy. He's barking at somebody down there.
Third down and 4. Ball at the 20.
I continue to be impressed with Isaac Young.
He's a junior. 4 yards to go here for the first down, but a nice stop by Portland and Brewer. Again, defense, offense, special teams.
You've called his name a lot, Steve. No doubt about that.
The ball carrier on that play was 33.
It's 4th and 2. Gorham will go for it here.
4th down and 2. Ball at the 38.
If you see Mike Rutherford out there, he looks like a conductor.
Yep. He's screaming, no ears, long count, get low. See, again, long count, but they jumped. Gorham has done this how many times today? At least 3 where they had a long count, and, the Portland kids were moving too. It's just they've been continuously shooting themselves in the foot.
I mean, if they're going to do the long count, though, at certain levels, you don't really see a false start as much as an offsides, right?
Yeah, I mean, to me, if you watch that play right there, I'm not, the officials. I love every official out there, so. But it really looked like, honestly, that the Portland kid jumped into the neutral zone first, but he had multiple movement there, so.
Yeah, that's a nice Gorham bounce inside the 5 at about the 3, where Portland will take over 1st and 10. Maybe at the 4. 3:33 left here in the third quarter.
It's very interesting. The rules, high school rules, are different than NFL, which we get used to watching every Sunday, and so it can be really confusing at times.
First and 10 from the 4-yard line.
Dogs on the 4, so they're backed up here. They'll have a ways to go. Here comes Thurston in.
Looks like Gorham has made some substitutions. You might see some younger guys start to get a little action.
Thurston from his own end zone. Pink socks. Brewer on the outside.
Nice. Nice stutter step right there.
Ball carrier, Brewer. Flag on play.
Yeah, there's a flag though. I think it's going to come back. Half the distance to the goal line here. Probably a hold. First and 12. Ball on the 2.
Didn't really see anything in there. Don't know. Love the holding calls. Up 31 points.
Ball brought out of the end zone by Brewer.
Pretty much the same play. Nice little stutter step. Get to the outside.
Gets it to the 11. So about a 9-yard pickup. I meant to the 16. Sorry about that.
It's enough for a first down.
It sure is. It's a 14-yard pickup.
First and 10, ball at the 16.
A little room now for the Dogs.
He's gone.
Oh my goodness. As they say, he could go all the way. And that is number 9, Aiden Mcgowan, with an 84-yard run from scrimmage.
Kudos to the coaching staff, getting some of the getting Aiden a nice shot there. Awesome to see. Shout out to Aiden. I had him in class. Great kid.
50-13 is the score.
Untouched. He has some speed there, Steve.
My goodness. We've seen some superlative plays tonight.
If it's on their campus,
Classy move there by J-Mac.
So with 2:07 left in the third quarter, the score is 50-13. We'll be back. So with the score 50-13 and running time, the Dogs will kick off.
23.
Here you go. Nice effort by Cody Selleck. We've called his name an awful lot tonight.
Yeah. I wouldn't be too discouraged if I was Gorham. I mean, they've played all things considered, they just can't match athlete for athlete. But they got a few athletes that, they can build upon. And I believe if they win next week, they should be the final seed in the playoffs.
I noticed one of the assistant coaches for Gorham is Abe Tabachnik, our friend, a former football player from Deering High School.
It's a small world.
It sure is. They also have Tom Whitney, Nick Lewis, Rob Pellerin, Matt Vale, Jack Van Zant, Sean McKeege, Sam Morrison, the head coach. We're going to start the fourth quarter in a minute, but we're going to just quickly name the coaches for Portland. Jason McLeod. The assistants are Skip Capone, Mike Rutherford, Rudy, Joe Johnson, John Williams, John Misowitz, Dylan Rutkov, Ryan Edwards, Rocco Navarro. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in a moment. Here we go, folks. As the younger teams will be in now. Number 14 for Gorham. I don't even have his name on my roster.
Oh, you're right, Steve. I'm going to guess that's Garrett Poulin, the only other quarterback that's on the roster.
I think it's a pretty good bet. First and 10.
It's good to see a lot of the younger kids get a chance to get in there and get some playing time.
Absolutely.
You work all week in practice. Usually as a practice player, you get the snot beat out of you. And you want to get your chance. Especially to play under the lights here at Fitzy. It's a real treat.
Really one of the best fields around, which is why they have so many state championship games here. Also, they can, of course, the access to the highway, the stands, and the handoff went to Camden Martell. He was brought down, so it's going to be third and about, looks to be about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
I think it's 4th, Steve. Is it 4th?
Oh, I guess it is.
See what they do. Hopefully not another long count. Haven't seemed to master that one yet.
Nope. Nice defense by Portland as
nice stand.
That was Roman McElwain. Running time here, 9.5 minutes left as the clock ticks away. 50-13 is the score. Bulldogs firmly in command in this game. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 39.
See another quarterback in there, Steve. No, Louis going in.
Coming back out, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I saw number 5. You're getting a good amount of kids in, which is always good.
1st and 10 from the 39. In for Portland, Jack Martin. Ball carried.
McGowan with a big gain.
Another big gain. It's also tough too because sometimes you get out here and when the JVs are in the game and you might have one kid that stands out. You know what I mean? And
It's about a 13-yard gain there. And McElwain stopped for a loss.
sounds like his teammates like him. Does look like there is a new quarterback in, Steve. Number 12. Is that right?
That would be Ryder Lozier, and he is a freshman quarterback.
Second down and 11. At the goal 47.
You know, it's funny to watch these games and see freshmen playing when we never would have seen that. Maybe over the course of my career, maybe once or twice.
It's really something. He's in the gun. Yeah, nothing doing there as the handoff went to Ben Saunders. Big loss. Well, not a huge loss, but it'll be a third and about 13.
You know, I really like to see on the sidelines, you love it to see when teammates are cheering on some of the guys that are getting in there. It shows that the team is in good spirits. Somebody just went in and there were 5 or 6 guys on the sideline jumping up and down, happy for him. So I like that.
Third and 12. And rumbling, stumbling down is Jason Pabatek. He's an offensive lineman.
Looks like it, number 59, and look at they're excited. They must love him. Again, all the kids up on the sideline. I really like to see that. A lot of times you'll see some of the upperclassmen on the bench during this time, and this is really good to see.
So 4th and 5. And here he goes again. He's going to be stopped just short, and I think Gorham will take over on downs. Unless they get a really good spot here. No, they will take over on downs.
Yeah. I don't think they were going to get a good spot either way.
4 minutes, 20 seconds left. A dominating performance here tonight by the Portland Bulldogs. And a missed keystroke on a typewriter, or Mike Hoffer would have had well over 90 correct picks. He's leading the Press Herald in correct wins, tied maybe with Steve Craig. Well, there's a nice run for 25, and you know, when you're not calling, when you're thinking 25 in this game, you're thinking, Andrew Brewer. But in fact, that's Camden Martell.
See, as the coaches on the sideline, this is, believe it or not, this is when you're doing your most coaching right now. You got a lot of kids that really, they don't really see the field a lot, so you got to be out there coaching them up. See J-Mac out there still coaching them up. Like to see that. Nice play, 59.
Well done, Jason Pabatek. 59 for Gorham is Ian Connors.
Ball carrier, Lorraine.
That was Pabatek. 2.5 minutes left here, folks. 50-13 is the score. Portland Bulldogs are going to defeat the Gorham Rams tonight. 3rd and 8 from the 39. .25 once again is Martell.
He's getting a workout here in the fourth quarter.
He is. 4th down.
Well, thank God it was warm out tonight, Steve. You know, we could have had that cold rain. It feels pretty good.
It really does. It's almost a tropical, moisture here.
Yeah.
There were thunderstorms in parts of Maine today. Unofficial word is over 3 inches of rain in Portland, and it was coming down in sheets today.
It was.
And a lot of people lost power. I know we did in our home. There's a block. Portland doing everything right tonight.
Yep. A nice block punt. Now I'm going to guess that J-Mac will just take a knee. Running time. And get out of here with a W. Impressive victory for Portland. I mean, they started out a little slow, but picked it up in the second and the third quarter especially. And there it is.
Yeah. And that's going to do it. So 50-13 is your final score. And John and I will be back to wrap it up in just a moment. So, John, when you have a victory, a 50-13 victory, you don't really even have to go over it. So many, players scored. Brewer and Buck each over 100 yards. Just really a superlative game all the way around for the Portland Bulldogs.
It really was. They took a while to get started. Kind of came out a little bit slow, but boy, in that last drive before halftime, and then in the third quarter, and then they just turned it on. And, they really got a two-headed monster with Regan Buck and Brewer. Man, they run hard, and they're very athletic. And then you throw the quarterback in there. And I'll tell you what, this team will be a hard team to mess with down the stretch.
Well, they have the Battle of the Bridge coming up next. We call Brewer and Buck the Killer Bees. So they certainly came through tonight. And this is Steve Schwartz along with John Roderick.
And I just want to say, Steve, thank you very much. The opportunity, it was awesome. I had a really fun time.
Oh, gosh. Well, please come back because you have a vast knowledge, and it's really wonderful to work with you tonight, John. And thank you kindly. Certainly, without you, there would have been a lot less. There'd been no analysis. So we're very pleased that you joined us, and we hope you can join us again.
It was my pleasure.
This is Steve Schwartz, John Roderick, for Mike Hoffer as well from the Forecaster, saying so long from Fitzpatrick Stadium, where tonight the Portland Bulldogs defeated the Gorham Rams 50-13. Good night.